On January 6th, I watched Godzilla, King of the Monsters, which was released in 2019. And I just realized I sort of watched this movie in the wrong order. I know this was basically a sequel to Bryan Cranston's 2014 Godzilla movie, but it's also technically the third film in what is now known as the Monsterverse, the first of which being Kong Skull Island, which I have not seen. And so many movie franchises now are trying to copy this MCU success. None of those other movie universes yet have come close to capturing that magic, though. And I think the biggest difference between them all will always be Iron Man. I know technically Ed Norton's The Incredible Hulk kicked off the MCU, but if it wasn't for that first Iron Man movie being so good on its own, it never would have caught on. Those other franchises, and especially this iteration of Godzilla, they seem to focus too much on hurried world building and trying to draw as many connections to other films as possible, all of which ends up hurting trying to tell the story at hand. And to be fair, there's a few MCU films that fall into this problem as well, but most of those occur later in the story, once everyone was already invested. Monster movies in general usually run the same gambit as the big budget disaster movies, and Godzilla on his own just isn't that interesting of a character to me. So for over a 2-hour film, there really are only 3 characters worth getting invested in, and because it's a big budget disaster movie type movie, there's very little character development. So there's not a whole lot to get invested in. The saving grace of this film really should have been the big epic monster battles, and there was a lot of them, and they were really good. I mean, the CGI nowadays is amazing. But it always sucks having to watch these battles occur at night in dark and stormy weather when you can't quite make out the details. Still though, it wasn't terrible. I gave it a 4 out of 10, and its current list position for me is 1062. Thanks for watching.